And there we go. All right. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Dan.
So we're live. So for those of you who don't know, this is my friend Nicole Lomine. Well, Nicole Heidenheim-Lomine.
Yeah, I'm sitting on her pillow. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're having our sip and I don't know what do you
just said wine and dine.
Wine and dine. Thank you.
Just said wine and
Wine
dine.
and dine. Hey, type in the chat box if you can hear us because I'm doing this a little bit differently. Amanda says, the anticipation. So Amanda, you know that I call you Nicole and I call Nicole Amanda,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You get so annoyed. A little bit. And Amanda gets annoyed too when I call her.
Okay.
She's like, I'm not Nicole, I'm Dan. I mean, I'm Amanda. So what are we talking about? Oh, thank you, Amanda. What are we talking about tonight?
Well, I had the idea of a bucket list.
All right.
With the new year, we started talking about that a little bit.
Well, yeah. So a bucket list and intentions, right?
Yes.
And Nicole and I are big, and Amanda, big into personal and professional development, obviously, right? And by the way, we're shooting this as we wait for our dinner and we're drinking wine. We're being bougie. And so anyway, Nicole was like, hey, can I come over tonight? And we just like talk. So I figured this is a good outlet to talk, right? I had 5 or 6 clients today. Did you work today?
No, it's vacation.
Oh, that's right. We like to play this game called Guess What Nicole Does. And guess how old she is. And then we play the game Guess How Old Dan Is and guess what he does. And the answers are never pretty.
No.
What do you get usually?
I can't remember. What did I get?
You got janitor? No. I got homeless man with like this weird shawl.
You told me I look like a bar manager tonight.
I did. Well, you look sexy tonight. I'm just saying you look really good. As she walks in, she has like these 8-inch freaking high heels on. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you look stunning tonight.
And he needs to dress up now.
I know,
we don't
right?
go out anymore.
We don't go out anymore. And that's why we're getting takeout tonight and we're just doing eat-in. And so we're talking about intentions. What happens though, Nicole, if people don't go into, and we hear all the time, new year, new you, which I think, right, exactly. And you cringe.
That's why I said bucket list.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and as a hypnotist, and you went to school for psychology and you have your master's, and by the way, spoiler alert, Nicole, so she's not only like a punk rock princess. She is also, well, tell them about you.
I'm a special education administrator.
She's a school principal.
Anyways.
For a school of for kids on the spectrum.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. And Nicole also, you're on a roller derby team?
Yes.
Right?
Worcester Roller Derby.
Worcester Roller Derby, and she competes, and people look at her and they're like, you do not look like a school principal.
And I'm 35.
She's 35. She just turned 35.
Someone wants to see your 8-inch heels, Dan.
Oh, you want to see my 8-inch heels, Justin? I was just going to make a really bad joke about 8 inches. I'm not going to on Facebook. We'll get kicked off of Facebook. So here's what's happening. Why should people set intentions and have a bucket list instead of new year, new you?
I think like every day I try to set some intentions anyways, but if I don't have intentions, I feel kind of like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, you feel kind of lost sometimes.
Off kilter.
Right? Now, when you feel lost, or not you, but when people feel lost, you know what happens? They have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
When you feel lost and you feel like you don't have a direction to go in, do you feel like you lose purpose sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah. And especially right now in the midst of everything going on in the world with the pandemic, with politics and everything like that, it's so important now more so than ever to find a purpose. And one of my clients today, we were just talking about this, and I showed her, I showed a lot of my clients, there you go. I do like these little intricate rock paintings. They're called dotted rock mandalas. I call them meditation stones. So this is like what I do if I'm feeling stressed out. But the cool thing is it doesn't have to be anything creative, right? And so what are some things? So let's talk about the bucket list concept. So it's important to establish a bucket list instead of new year, new you, because that lasts 1 or 2 weeks. The new year, new you, and people are like, oh, it's a new year, this is going to be great. Here's what happened. I don't remember if I told you this. Last year, I went out to dinner and went out with some friends for New Year's, and I got puked on 3 times. It wasn't you. No, you've puked on me before.
No, I puked in college in your car.
Oh, that's right. You puked in the back of my car. That's right. And then we pull up to the guard station. So we've been friends since like middle school and high school. So we pull up to the guard station, and
You were driving?
I was driving, and the guard at
Irish
our college.
Times.
Yes, Irish Shine. The guard at our college, he goes, it smells like a brewery in here. I'm like, that's all her. She threw up in my back seat. I don't know what to do.
On our friend Matt.
And our friend, yes, and on our friend Matt. That's right. And then the next day, I had to scrape the dried vomit off of my windows. Thank you, Nicole, and out of my like hand handles. That's nice. So one of the reasons. Oh, so last year, I went out with some friends. We went to to like this New Year's Eve party at this club, and at a gay club actually, and it was so funny because we got thrown up on 3 times. And puke magnet, get that off your bucket list. Yes, Lori, yes. You don't want to be a puke magnet. And actually, Lori, you and I talked today. We had a conversation, and I was telling you about this. And I said, Nicole, I said, if this being thrown up on, if this new year is a sign of what 2020 is going to bring, we're in trouble. Guess what? We were in trouble. So maybe it was us. Maybe we caused. No, you know what? No. So one of the reasons why you want to set intentions, it gives you a sense of purpose, and not just intentions and bucket list items, but what are some things that would go on your bucket list for the year?
Mine are going to be very different from yours. I really, if I could travel, I want to go to Europe to go see like a concert or a music festival. That's always been on my bucket list.
Yeah, because you like concerts and you like live events and live concerts.
Yeah, I was thinking. My sister was asking me, didn't you see Story of the Year with us?
Yes, I
at
did.
Feast of Chaos?
Yes,
and we had to carry my sister out.
We had to carry your sister out.
Anyways, I couldn't remember.
We used to go to Vans Warped Tour all the time. We used to go see all these rock bands. So and that's what we would do in college.
Anyways, so yeah, that I still go. But yeah, that was something that I was thinking that was will always be on my bucket list.
You know, that's interesting because music gives you a sense of purpose, like watching bands and like being in that atmosphere, right? And that shows how different 2 people can be and still be friends. I like to go to live concerts as well.
But the minute a mosh pit breaks out, you start screaming.
I'm like out. I'm like, no.
I'm like, I'll protect you.
I'm like, Daddy can't handle this right now. And this happens all the time. We'll be at a concert, and in fairness, I haven't gone to a concert with you in a long
college,
time.
Probably
College or right out. Yes. So that's really important to Nicole, and that's important that she and that you go into this and that you go into the new year with the intention, I want to go see a concert.
Yeah.
Now they're a little bit different than they were. I know they have concerts at like drive-ins and stuff like that. So they're getting creative with stuff, which is good. And what else would you put on your bucket list for the year?
I think, well, no, I really, really would love to go back to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And get really ripped again.
Everybody's goal. Yeah.
This is my everyday goal.
Right. But so, okay.
Oh, we said a half marathon. Yes. That's what you're trying to get me.
That's what I was trying to lead you there. Yes. So Nicole and I are going to be training for a half marathon, and we already started training. And hey, Jen, how are you? So we're training for a half marathon. And the reason why it's a half marathon, not a whole marathon, start small, right?
Yeah.
That's the point with setting intentions or setting a bucket list. The reason why most people fail at their goals, do you know why?
Because they don't make smart goals.
They don't make smart goals, and they set their goals way too high. So they set them beyond what they're willing to achieve or what they can achieve. So for example, a person might say, and this is one of mine, I want to write 2 books this year. Because my intention on my bucket list is to write 1 book a year. And I've been able to do it for the past 2 years. To write 2 is an undertaking. That's a huge undertaking. However, I have to break that down into little bite-sized chunks.
Okay.
And it's the same thing with running a half marathon. Like goal number one should be to run a 5K, right?
Yes.
And once you run that 5K, then it's okay, let's run a half marathon. Then it's next year, we maybe run a full marathon. So it's all about pacing. And you've got to pace yourself when you set goals.
Mm.
Because when you don't achieve your goals, that can cause anxiety too, can't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So on both sides, number one, if you don't set goals that are manageable and that are actionable, and SMART goals stands for specific, thank
Measurable.
you, measurable, attainable, right? Realistic and time-based, right? So when you set SMART, we're so smart, aren't we, right? We're good. So when you set SMART goals, they're goals that you can measure. So, and again, they're realistic, but they have to be realistic. Realistic is the biggest part of this. Let's say your intention is to write a book. If it's going to be a 500-page book, there's going to be a lot more work involved in that. Also defining what type of book it is. Another really good thing to do to help with goal setting is to actually visualize yourself completing the goal. When you visualize yourself completing whatever goal you have or whatever is on your bucket list, when you visualize yourself doing it, it's going to help you get there. It's going to help put it in your frame of reference. It activates your reticular activating system, which that part of your brain that's responsible for awareness. Let's talk about something I talked about with one of my clients today. Actually, two of my clients today. Vision boards. What do you think about vision boards? So, okay, I have opinions. What are your, you shook your head no. What are your opinions about vision boards?
I am not crafty.
Valid. Okay.
And where would I hang this thing?
Okay. So you're not judging vision boards. You're just saying,
you do you. I don't
right,
care.
You do you, right? You do you, Cupcake. And so you're not judging vision boards.
No.
What you're doing is but you're saying they're not for me because I'm not creative, right? And I don't have any place to hang it, right? Okay.
It would look like have you seen It's Always Sunny?
In Philadelphia?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you should watch that. Anyways.
Probably. So I'm not going to say I'm for or against vision boards, but here's what happens when people are setting goals and they do like a vision board for the year. A lot of times it becomes just about the image, like just about the Maserati or just about the mansion. And then people just post it and they're like, okay, if I see this every day, it's going to make it happen. It has to come from a sense of what actions can I take in order to get this.
Fair.
And like, if I put a Maserati or something like that, or a, I don't know, what's another Ferrari, I don't know, whatever, insert expensive car there. Let's say I put that on my vision board.
Something called Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. I haven't seen that movie either. I don't know.
What are we doing with our lives? Why are we doing broadcasting? We should be watching these movies.
I haven't watched. You know what? No.
Mary!
Oh, very good. Cheers, Mary. Wine and dine.
That's another thing on my vision board. I want to go to Camp Sunshine with Mary.
Oh, so Nicole and I and Mary Good, who's on the live, we all did Camp Sunshine together, and it was Lupus Week, right?
Yeah.
Because you have a personal connection because your mom had lupus,
yes.
And she unfortunately she recently kind of passed away from lupus, and so when you have a personal connection,
yes!
Oh, Mary Good, yes, everything. This is everything.
I'm so text Mary after this.
So the good thing is when you're achieving goals, when you're setting intentions, bucket list items. Nicole did something really cool. She came over, she said, Dan, I want to do this video about, not about like New Year, New You, because everyone says that, but about bucket list items.
Yeah, because there are things you don't have to do like next year. You can do like whenever.
Exactly. They're just things that
bucket list. Like when I'm 80 years old, I still want to play solitaire.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to eat an extra cheese pizza when I'm 80 years old. I think we deserve to do that. Like, I'm going to pound that mother down like it owes me something. So Oh, good grief.
Is that gonna get edited out?
No, we're not going to edit anything out. So, oh, by the way, you know what I call this couch? I call it the coaching couch because this is what I do. I sit here all day long and I coach people on this couch.
Mary says you want to play Skippo with her.
Oh my gosh, I have Skippo right over there in
We'll play that after.
my work bag. So what Nicole did, and I know we're going like all over the place, she reframed, and this is called a reframe. She reframed, you are going to town on that wine, dude. I'm glad I'm driving to go get the food.
I have to drive home later.
You do have to drive home. Hey, what's going on, my friend? So when we set when we set bucket list items, that's a better reframe because a reframe is making something more manageable for you. And I'm not saying not to set New Year goals, but if setting intentions work for you, then that's what you do. Because there's too much failure equated with New Year, new you. Let's see here. Don't forget your antacids, Nicole. Oh, people know way too much about Nicole on this. By the way, go friend Nicole. Request her as a friend. I posted the link to her Facebook down below. Also, follow us both on Instagram. I'm just Dan Candel on Instagram, or Dan Candel on Instagram. Follow Nicole. She is low.mean on Instagram. So go follow her. And I post like the notes to self and everything like that. Oh, so that's my goal. One of my goals is to make the book for notes to self.
Oh, right. We were talking about the cover not too long ago.
Yeah, you actually were helping me design the cover to it. Another goal is I have something called a self-help series. Self-help series is to give people that extra mental boost every month. So it's like a virtual tour. Remember I used to go on tour? Mm-hmm. And you actually came on tour and did some shows with me, mm-hmm. Several shows. You were my manager. DTD.
Responsible.
Nicole was she was one of my managers. And Amanda came on tour. My friend Amanda came on tour. That's why I confuse you guys. And
you must look alike.
You do not look alike at all. And so they both came on tour with me, and part of it is when the pandemic hit, I didn't go on tour anymore. I can't go on tour anymore.
Flexible.
Got to be flexible, exactly, and morph with the times. So that's one of the things that I'm doing is I'm doing a virtual tour, which is a virtual self-help series. Nicole's phone is buzzing because now she's getting friend requested from all of you. Thank you. You're going to be famous.
I was just thinking this year we didn't have any intentions. We had to be flexible with our intentions and think about the things that we did this year.
That is such a powerful thing. And that's exactly it. You have to be flexible because if your bucket list items don't pan out, or sometimes they change, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did we do?
What did we do? What? Oh my gosh. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that we did, we climbed mountains, many mountains. One of them was really, really hard.
We started with Mount Musalaki in New Hampshire, and halfway up the mountain, when we're using our hands to crawl up, Dan goes, I saw it was rated hard. And I thought to myself, how hard can it be? And I said, oh, now you tell me.
8 hours later.
6.
6, that's right. 6.
But we were crawling.
We were crawling up. Yeah, there were parts you had to crawl up, which was pretty interesting. And we do Mount Wachusett. I did Mount Wachusett by myself over the weekend, and then you saw you were coming up with your boyfriend, and I saw you guys. I was going down, you guys were going up.
And now that's my hobby because I did 2 other mountains. And then this year I didn't go in thinking I would start rock climbing. I did rock climbing this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of roller derby.
Yep, and that's the thing, yeah, because your roller derby was canceled, right? Yeah. And so it just like Nicole's roller derby was canceled, the shows were canceled for me. So it's about morphing. So with that said, I also put in here that this was going to be about honesty. She just said, I love you. Is that honest enough? For those of you that can't hear her whispers on the microphone. Listen, a lot of you who are my friends, I've been going through some stuff, and it's not been easy to move forward with some parts of my life, and but now I am, and I'm moving forward. I'm working on happy. I really am. One of the things I've got to be better about is being honest with other people. I have to be honest with other people about how I feel, and I have to be honest. I have to be more honest with people and with myself. At the same time, take time, because sometimes really good things take time.
And I think that's something too that aligns with intentions. Like when you set intentions, even if you don't meet them,
Right.
it's okay to be honest with yourself and be like, not this year, but maybe next year. And
Right.
Be kind to yourself.
Exactly. And should I say what I've been going through?
I think time is nigh. And I can relate.
You can relate. You really can. So for those of you,
Me and you broke.
We broke up. For those of you who don't know, and you've been seeing, I've been posting like elusive things and stuff like that. And I have to say, everything happens for a reason. Everything is good. What happened is a couple of months ago, my partner and I ended our relationship of 10 years, and we're both okay. We both went through difficult time, and
I'm saying love you to Mary.
Oh, okay. And we're both moving forward, and we're both on our own journeys. And you relate to that. You went through a breakup.
Like mid-year, I went through a breakup.
Yeah.
Moved out within a week.
Yep.
Because that's how I roll.
Yep.
So. And
the thing is, you've got to do you. And everybody moves on, and everybody moves forward differently. And I'm the type of person, once I decide something in my mind, I go for it, and it happens. And I'm I'm hanging out with people, just and just kind of exploring single life, and at the same time, like, I enjoy being in a relationship. I enjoy having that. I enjoy having another person by my side. But the thing is, I've got to work on me.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I've been doing. Do you mind if I'm talking about this, by the way? Type in the chat box, type in the comments.
God, if you get hate mail right now, I'm going to.
I'm going to get hate mail. I get hate mail all the time. But let me know in the chat box if you kind of want to hear about the process that I'm going through, because it might help some of you, and Nicole will talk about
I totally relate, yeah.
Let me know. Okay. Move in and be a sister husband.
She's so cute.
I love you. Oh, I love you. So.
Here we go. Chug some wine.
Chug some wine. Here we go. And we have to pick up food shortly. So.
Ching, ching.
Oh, I love this. And I just got a notification. Your birthday and Christmas gift was just delivered, by the way.
Is it a cat?
It's not a cat. Very much not a cat. It's in a package. I hope it's not a cat.
I just love the fact we're like drinking on screen.
So here's what happened. To kind of process some of this, I want to, for whatever happens in my life, whoever I'm with, I want to be the very best version of myself, for me and for them. So I've been working with a therapist. I've been working with another hypnotist to move forward and to clear some old stuff and old baggage, so that way I don't carry things from old relationships. I'm not talking about just relationship, but like family stuff and family baggage, so I don't carry that stuff into another relationship or friendship with somebody else. And I think that's only fair to me, and that's only fair to the other person that I would be with, or even other friends that I have, because there are times you've seen me get really stressed out over things. And I know a lot of Amanda, you've seen me get stressed out over things. And I'm like, I want to work through those things so that way I'm better on the other side. You went through a similar journey, didn't you?
I just want to say that, like, the fact that you confided in me and Amanda, apparently. But anyways, it meant a lot. And I think something I've learned through my breakup and like connecting with you is like how important vulnerability is.
Yeah.
It's something I'm learning right now. Yes. So after my breakup, I'm in counseling. I tell everyone to go to counseling. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are.
Yep.
Full, like, you don't have to go to this guy, but you can go to, I support going to counseling. Not.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing?
Anyways, I tell everyone to go to counseling. I also joined, I'm going to be honest, I joined Codependency Anonymous because I was so enmeshed in relationships and finding such value in it.
Good for you. I'm proud of you for saying that.
Yeah.
I support you.
So, anyways, so yeah, like right now I'm still trying to find myself without, like, I'm in a relationship but still trying to focus on me, which is hard.
You are, and you're in a long distance relationship too.
Mm-hmm.
And he lives in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
You live in Massachusetts.
Yes.
How's that, navigating that?
It's been interesting.
Yeah.
However, like, I think now is a good time for me to be in that kind of relationship because it gives me time to like focus on myself while also being in a relationship with some distance. I care about him a lot, so
yeah. And you know what? This is something, Nicole, where you and this is kind of what I'm doing myself as well. You have to be okay with you. And when you feel good about you, it's easy for you to feel good about other people.
yes.
And then when you feel better about other people, it's easier for them to feel better about you, which completes a connection where you feel good about yourself again.
Yeah.
It's a connection. And I tell my clients this a lot. And I have to be honest, dude, I have acquired some really destructive programs and really destructive self-talk. And I'm not proud to say that.
Same.
Because like if I reach out to somebody, and it could be a friend or it could be anyone, if I reach out to somebody and they don't reach back to me, I'm like, they hate you. They don't like you. You suck.
And then you text me.
And then I text you.
And then I go, why do we care so much about texting?
I know. But you know why? Here's why we do this. I'll tell you why. We measure other people's communication styles up against ours. And most of the time, it's not accurate. And I'll give you an example. If I don't text someone back, I'm usually really busy, or I forgot, or to be 100% honest with you, sometimes I don't text people back because it's not important to. And I don't text absolutely everyone back because I don't want to engage with people that way. But before, if I didn't text someone back, it was usually because I was like annoyed or I was mad. So when people didn't text me back, I used to think the same. They're not texting me back, or they're not calling me back because they're annoyed or because they're pissed off. And that's my itty bitty shitty committee. That's the shit that goes on in my head, right? And I know you had like the same. You and I are very similar with the way we process things.
Are you a Capricorn?
I'm a Aries, March 31st.
What?
Why am I your ideal? Are you supposed to be with an Aries?
Oh, no, I'm supposed to be with a Cancer. But that's so weird. Everyone I know is either a Capricorn and an Aries. Anyways.
Says a lot. And Aries, we go for things that we want. And once we get our mindset on something, we go. And I have to say, totally get this. I call it dump the Samsonite dipshit concepts. Don't need that baggage on board in the future. Lori, 100%, my friend, 110%. And you know what? When we go through these things, like, you counsel me and I counsel you. And the same thing with Amanda. Like, Amanda calls and we kind of walk each other through things, and that's what good friends do. And there's one other thing that I did to set intentions. You know what it is. I wrote down a bunch of stuff on some sticky notes.
Oh, yeah, and I was judging you for them.
You were judging me for them.
Because, again, if you watch It's Always Sunny, they have, like...
Yeah. So on my door to my washer and dryer over there, I have like a door that walks into a closet where my washer and dryer is. I have my goals, like my personal and professional goals, and they're written down. I I can't believe I'm going to say this.
No,
All about
this is
honesty,
honesty.
and vulnerability, right? I wrote down on a sticky note.
I'm only laughing because I love you.
My ideal partner.
And
And
the dates.
And the what?
The dates.
Wait, what do you mean?
Your ideal dates.
My idea. Oh, that's another thing I did. I wrote down 20 date ideas. 20 date ideas. Would you like to hear the first one?
The first one you told me on the phone, I was like, what did you say?
Yep.
I was dying.
Here's the first one. Ready? The first one is glass. I want to take a glass blowing class. That I would love that to be a date. How awesome would that be, though?
But hearing that at 7:30 in the morning.
And here's how I explained it to her. I said, "So Nicole, how do you explain glass? What would you explain glass blowing if you couldn't say the word glass blowing?" And I'm like, "Think about it."
This is our trip to IKEA. You told me this.
Oh, that's right. It was our trip to IKEA. I said, here's what it would be like. You have this hot liquid that is very gooey
I need more wine.
that you have to take a giant rod and you have to just shove the tip in the hot goo. And then you put your mouth around the rod and you blow the rod until the stuff on the other end gets really, really big and really hard.
Is that ouch?
That's what glass blowing is. Like, that's what you do when you blow glass. You put the rod into just the tip into the goo. You put your lips around the shaft of the rod. You blow, and then it gets bigger and bigger on the other end. Pretty creative, right? I'd do that. That is a hot first date, literally. See what I did there?
I hate your joke.
It's like not even a dad joke, it's a grandfather joke. Which, I mean, hello, I'm wearing the cardigan. I feel like freaking Mr. Rogers over here. That's okay.
Someone loves your truth.
Dying over here, you're hilarious. Oh, thank you. So here's the thing. Live your truth. Love your truth. And do you, Cupcake. Bad glass stand blowing. Wait, is that what you said, Mary? Bad glass
Do you
stand
not
blowing.
read?
How
much did you drink?
Maria says barf.
Oh, I love this person.
I'm
gonna get so many friend requests.
You are. Maria and I went to Assumption together, actually.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
I went to Assumption with you, so
I know. So she was my year, you were a year ahead. Maria, I'm not sure if you remember Nicole.
there were only so many Asians on campus.
I know. Poor Mr. Rogers. So that's some blatant truth and honesty. Nicole and I, we've been working on ourselves, and I know a lot of people here are my clients and people that I've worked with. Thank you for joining. I know a lot of people on here either watching on YouTube or on Facebook, because we're multicasting this and going live pretty much everywhere. So I know this is different to hear the anxiety relief guy talk about some issues.
They're not issues.
They're not issues.
They're transition stages in the next chapter in your life.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm in this amazing apartment where I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. And oh no, Maria, that's totally fine. It's totally fine. She's saying I didn't know it was live. No, you are totally good.
Trust us. We roll with the punches.
We roll with the punches, and so I'm in an apartment that I really enjoy. Like I said, it's a transition place, and the idea is that this is going to show me where I'm going to be in the next year or so. Like, I do have intentions and plans to hopefully, be in another relationship, and or working on another relationship, and and that's the way it goes. It's the way the ball bounces. And you know what? We don't know from nanosecond to nanosecond what's going to happen.
Except our Thai food is ready.
Our Thai food is ready. So we
We
gotta
know
go.
that.
We gotta go.
And
to
my
Yuntong.
present.
And your present is ready. So we gotta go to Yuntong,
Is
and
my
we
tongue
got
purple?
Thai food.
Yep.
Your tongue, your teeth are purple. I can tell you that.
Dude. Yep. And my face is red.
With that said, before we wrap up, Maria says, "Let her direct." I like Maria.
I do too.
Well, she's very direct, and you know what? She's been a I've known her for a long time.
Can she Facebook request me?
Yeah. Maria, go add. Well, you know, she says let her direct, so you tell her.
Oh, Nicole Lomine Heidenheim on Facebook.
And I posted the link in the description of this video, so you can just go and you can friend Nicole. Does anybody have any questions for Nicole or I? I know we shared a lot. If you have any questions, just let us know. Type in the chat box. Yeah, woof. Because I know we shared a lot. I know we went off topic.
This is how our conversations go, though.
It is.
Well, there are no questions currently, so I'm going to say what we're getting for Thai food is
Pad CU, which is like, I don't know, you know what it is better than I do.
Why would I know?
Because
Is
you
it 'cause
get
I'm
it.
Asian?
No, it's not because you're Asian. It's because you get it all the time. What are you talking about? You get it more than I do. Like Pad CU is these little noodles, big noodles.
No, they're like the thicker noodles.
Yeah, they're flat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, you know, but see, not because you're Asian.
If Mary was here, she would have yelled at you.
Oh my God, if Mary was here, she would have
Really?
had a field day with that one. So let me know if you'd like to see other conversations like this on the coaching couch, because this is I've wanted to do this for a long time with people.
Well, I think that like it's cool because like this is how our conversations usually go. So
Yeah.
we're not acting at all.
We're not.
Like our
And-
conversations are deep and weird, and I'm usually yelling and saying awkward things while Dan's like giggling.
I'm trying to be serious. Like one of us is usually trying to be serious, and the other is making fun of the other one. So, what are you doing?
I don't know.
With that said, my friends, if you would like to work with me, you can feel free to reach out. You can go to dancandel.com. You can also go to the selfhelpseries.com, and that's where you can get monthly support. We work on a different topic every month, and it's a lot of fun. We kind of jam and jive a little bit. We have fun. For those of you who are already my clients, you know that my sessions are very interesting, and they're not ordinary because I'm not the ordinary hypnotist, and they call me the anxiety relief guy for a reason. I can help you get you poop in a group.
What?
It's a clinical term for get your shit together.
I was gonna say you.
With that said, my friends, thank you so much for entertaining Nicole and I. It was great to have you on our wine and dine night. As always, be well, do good, be true to who you are, and stay sexy, cupcakes. Talk to you all soon.